Joining me is Lydia Dubé-Harmon, and she's running for New Hampshire Senate in District 15. So Lydia, let's continue our conversation focusing, on jobs. You talk about you being a small business owner and, and really focused on that, the medium-sized business in the state is the job engine. What should Concord do to help small businesses?
Well, Concord, Hopkinton, Henniker, and Warner is the District 15,
mm-hmm.
and that area, as well as throughout the state, we have people struggling, we have people out of work, we have people who are having to leave their homes because they can't find work or they just can't pay for their homes because they're out of work. And I think in terms of looking at the array of challenges that we have here in the state, we're looking at regulations, and we're looking at the fact that 30, 40 years ago, people were flocking to the state to start up their businesses, or they would start a business, say, over the line in another state, and they would hop into New Hampshire once they had their business model moving. And that was because we were so much heads and tails above everybody else in the area for job creation and business. We were business friendly.
So what happened?
I believe that when you want less of something, you tax it more. And when we got to a point where we were regulating and taxing our businesses to the point where they were literally having to have a mass exodus out of our state, we should have, the first time that happened, back in the 80s, we should have been saying, whoa, what have we done? What are we doing wrong? What are we doing right? And we needed to look at that model back then. We were doing a lot of things right prior to people having to move their businesses out, but we're still seeing businesses leaving and very few businesses showing up. We had a recent, the nation has been watching this Tesla car situation. Mm-hmm. What was interesting about that was that the owner of that company wanted to look at places where it was business friendly. Why did they choose Nevada over Texas? 30 days from the time they got into business in Nevada to permitting for that business to start building. Why aren't we looking at those models? Why aren't we looking at places like, Delaware, where lots and lots of corporations have their corporate headquarters mm-hmm. in Delaware, but actually they live their corporate entity, they have their entity in Delaware, but their corporations are elsewhere. Yes, so their LLC or their corporate structure. That's a massive business for that little state of Delaware. They're doing something right. Why aren't we looking at that? So we have to look at being more business friendly. We need to have more of a streamlined focus of how to help businesses get up and running. And as I was talking with someone who is selling his just a little community store, 16 pages of documents that little community store has to go through in order to get a new liquor license for the new owner. And the owner told me, you know what? On most of this, I can't even tell them straight out the real truth of the matter. I have to facilitate this in a way that some of the things that they're asking me to have accomplished, I haven't even been able to, because there's no money in the transfer until I get this liquor license. So why are we tying the hands of our business owners? Why are we making it harder for them? And when businesses are already existing here, why aren't we saying to them, let me see how I can help you, instead of making it a paperwork trail for these businesses to continue to grow? A case in point with right here in Henniker, I was part of the soda fountain, the old soda fountain way back when. They no longer have that, and one of the aspects of getting rid of it was that they kept on being overregulated, and they just couldn't keep that little portion of the pharmacy going, because Every year they were told they were doing things wrong. When you've been doing something for 40 years and it's been working, why are we forcing businesses to change their model or, tax them to the hilt so they can't function?
So we've got about a minute left. I want to try to get on a couple of other issues real quick. So rapid.
That's the issue. Economy.
That's the big one.
Yeah, it is.
Casinos. Is that a solution for the state, having a casino?
I don't believe so. I think we're a business, there again, it's not business friendly. Small and medium-sized businesses could severely be impaired. Also, I've had tons of nonprofits talking to me about their fear for casino gambling becoming a norm in the state. Where we do have where we have gambling right now is in the nonprofit sector. It helps nonprofits. They depend on those dollars to function.
You'd vote no on?
Absolutely.
Okay. I mean, well, obviously you don't have a bill in front of you, but that's your bias.
My whole focus with regard to casinos has been it's not a New Hampshire-friendly choice. And why would we make a decision that is not New Hampshire-friendly?
Okay, well, I think we're out of time in this segment.